men just have this alpha personality that they don't need those videos. They can do it by looking at you and learning off of you. So don't take it personal, ladies. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Shaya. If y'all don't know, I do have one baby girl. She is 6 months right now and living the life. So if you hear her in the background, yes, don't mind her. Listen, she doing what she doing. So this is a disclaimer. I am not a professional. I'm not a doctor of any sort. So if you do seek help and you do want professional advice, seek a doctor. This is some cool information that I would find helpful as a parent. I know as a new mom, I spent hours on YouTube, hours looking at, websites of information just to kind of go through this new journey with a clear mind and a clear space. So if you want to do the same, then stick around. If you want more videos like this, then give this video a thumbs up and tell me in the comments some new ideas that I should throw out, some new videos that I should make. So yeah, let's just jump straight into the video. So the first thing I want to start off with, the number one thing I would suggest, is that schedule and routine is key. Okay, your notes, apps are going to be your best friend. My baby started off in the NICU. Had she not been in there, it would have been a lot rockier than it was originally planned. So they'd have her awake by, let's say, 5 o'clock, feeding by 6, visiting hours, and then asleep by the 3rd hour. So it wasn't much to think about. We already knew what was going on at so and such time. And yeah, so that kind of helped pave the way for our new parenting journey as we came home and had to stick to our own routine. So coming along to the 2nd month, we had to adjust and we had to prepare a schedule that be helpful for our life and helpful for her. And so let's just say that nobody told us that babies don't sleep good for more than 2 to 3 months. Okay, it can take longer than 2 months, it can take longer than 3 months, it can take longer. So it took us 6 months to get down a schedule, and this girl's tired. This girl is exhausted. She is on incognito at this point. So eventually we had to set up a routine, and listen, when I tell you she was awake by 7:30, her first nap 10 o'clock, feeding 11 o'clock. You have to be militant minded because babies are not gonna just, vibe with you. Okay, so the most helpful thing for me was an app called Baby Tracker. You basically just log every time they eat, you log every time they sleep, you log how long they sleep, how long they're awake, every window. So there's, my first take on parenting. That was, the first struggle of mine. Okay, and just to piggyback off of that, the next thing I would say is that the cry it out method, it's a hit or miss, and it's not for everybody. Now, to each its own. If it works for you, it works for you. No shaming your game, okay? The times that I would try the cry it out method, my motherly instinct just kicked in and said, baby girl doesn't like this. Baby girl is, more than frustrated. She sounds like she needs help. A lot of times in the cry it out method, it's not just putting your baby to sleep because she's learning to be on the schedule. she's learning to be on her own, because somehow she comes to think that, you know, we don't care, something like that. I don't quite know the exact information. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't the best thing to listen to when I would research. What I did come across is the non-cried out method. So basically, it's the same thing. You're just more in tuned into what your baby needs, what time is best for them to do what. You're learning your baby in a new aspect. You're learning a baby in a new light. And for me, you know, I was skeptical because my baby doesn't play games, okay? If she wants to be awake, she's gonna be awake, and she's gonna let you know that. And so basically the way you do that is to put them to bed at a certain time. Wake them up at the same time. You have to do this every single day. And they say when you put them to bed that you're supposed to wait 3 minutes before you go in. Now, in relation to the cried out method, you would wait 3 minutes to go in. Pat their tummy for 30 seconds, leave the room, come back in 5 minutes. Pat their tummy for 30 seconds, rub their head, don't talk, leave the room, come back in 10 minutes. And you're gonna deal with the most craziness, horrifying, horrific crying. Like, your baby is going to be screaming bloody murder. And so I'm just like, no, see, that doesn't work with me. I just felt like my baby has been through too much in the beginning, and I just didn't want to put that pressure on her with the non-cried out method. You basically wait 3 minutes. You go to her room or his room, see if they're okay, make sure, you know, diaper's not full, make sure she's not hungry, make sure all that's cleared out before you leave the room. And then if you leave the room and he or she is still crying, you can come back, put her to sleep, or rock her and put her to sleep in your arms if you have to. If you want to, put her back to sleep. It's not, that doesn't go to say that she's gonna, you know, rely on you to put her to sleep for the rest of her life. She's gonna learn how to sleep on her own. It takes time. We're humans. We need to adjust. Okay, once you allow that to happen with structural routine, then, you know, it could work. It could be bliss. For me, I'm not saying for all, but yes, for me, that did work. That was the case. But I was very strict, very demanding, very militant if I could be. So yeah, the cried out method does not have to be the first resort. So the third thing, I'm just gonna say, diapers are a all-time must-have, okay? If you're doing a registry, if you're having a baby shower, ask for diapers, okay? You cannot have enough diapers. You cannot have enough diapers. And I'll say it again, you cannot have enough diapers, period. So number 4 would be, you don't need every expensive gadget. You don't need every item that somebody is promising and swearing by. You don't need it, I promise. Your baby doesn't care if she's in Baby Roo or if she's in the Fisher Price, okay? As long as it works and as long as it is functional. Now, I'm not saying go to a junkyard and get, you know, whatever you see just to make sure you have what you, to each its own again, but I'm not spending $400 on a rocker, okay, when I can put my baby in a bassinet and I can shake it and she goes straight to sleep. So it's whatever works for you, but most case scenario, the most expensive thing does the same thing as the cost efficient. So be mindful of that. Also, I can attest they have some really cute things, okay, at Target, at Bye Baby. They have some cute things. If you really want to be cost efficient, get creative, you know, go to Target and get yourself a basket that's made for home decor. Use it for your baby caddy, use it for your diaper caddy, or your, you know, baby supplies, whatever you need on demand and right there, just, you know, something like that. I'm also gonna make a video of the items that I have on my registry, or had on my registry, and some cost-efficient products that did save me. So stay tuned for that. Baby clothes don't last. And I'm not talking about tearing, I'm not talking about stains, and no, I'm talking about the size. Your baby is going to go from this to this in 2 breaths. And you're gonna be like, okay, I got all of these clothes. He or she was only able to wear half of them. Yeah, those first couple of months that your baby is, those first couple of months that you're dressing your baby are gonna be cute, it's gonna be fun, but it's gonna go by fast. So I wouldn't spend a bunch of money on newborn clothes, 3-month clothes. No, just get the 6-month, get the 9-month, get the, you know, bigger clothes that she's gonna need. Get the necessities like socks and hats, but you don't need that many newborn clothes. Okay, and then here's one of my biggest ones, is milk intolerances, food sensitivities, and reflux. Mine's had a big case of reflux and milk intolerant, which was confusing to me because little did I know my diet was going to drastically change. Okay, they tell you when you're pregnant, careful what you eat. You can't eat certain fish, you can't eat uncooked meat, you can't eat, you know, a long list of things. And so in my head, I'm thinking, once I pop this baby out, I'm going to town. Okay, I'm going to buffet. I'm getting what I deserve. Okay, it did not happen that way whatsoever. Found out she had a little bit of a milk intolerance, or a lot of it, and reflux to most of the foods that you would find on your daily menu. Although it did help change my perspective of what I intake, so I kind of looked at it into a positive aspect and changed a lot of my lifestyle due to what I was eating. But I can tell you that it does get annoying when you go to a restaurant and you can only have 2 of the items. Nowadays, they do make it a little bit more versatile with all of the vegan options, all of the plant-based options, which I'm so grateful for. But I didn't know anything about reflux. I didn't know anything about milk intolerance, and it's not that talked about. One of my daily struggles were not being able to eat a bunch of foods that I enjoyed eating, and if I did have a little bit of, you know, macaroni and cheese, I'd have to deal with the fact that my daughter's gonna spit up right after she eats, right after I breastfeed her. And, you know, you don't want to put your little one through that. So if you do come across a situation, just be mindful that your little one's digestive system is just still working, it's still maturing. It's going through a lot right now, and the time is gonna come where you can't eat what you want, but you're also gonna have a different mindset on how you partake in eating. So moving on, definitely want to say that everyone and their mama is going to give you some advice, unsolicited might I add, on how to raise your baby, and you're gonna just feel like you don't have what it takes, and you're gonna feel insecure, and you're gonna feel overloaded with a lot of emotions. 1, your hormones are still adjusting. 2, more than likely, the person giving you advice has a child and just wants the best for you. And I would definitely say don't take it to heart, and take advice if you can. It it doesn't hurt to take in information. It doesn't mean you have to go by what somebody is telling you, but definitely consider it. And just be mindful that whatever works for you works for you. They are not with you every single day. They're just giving you advice based on what they see right then and there. But all in all, do your research and don't just take everybody's advice. So this one was a big one for me, just because this is the one thing that I've researched since I found out I was pregnant. Is that doctors are not going to agree with you when you tell them you're not going to give your baby shots. Now, when I told my doctor that, she just had every answer for my concern that would change one's perspective on what they want to do as far as giving their babies shots. And I just have to say, go in there strong-minded and strong-hearted, because you know what's best for your baby, and that's it. Although, like I've been saying the whole time, is do your research, because you don't want to miss out on helpful information. Now, I wouldn't give anybody advice as to whether they should give their child shots or not, but what I can say is that my little one and I recently got sick, and it was a thing where the whole house got sick. And so what gave me peace of mind is that my baby got a shot that would have prevented just a bunch of things that are scary nonetheless, and you just don't want to think about that when your little one is going to get sick several times throughout her infant life. God forbid, but you know it happens. They're little, their systems are maturing, and it's just not uncommon. So yeah, my next thing is that you do not by any means have to play by the book. If it works for your baby, then it works for you, okay? Every baby is not the same. Every baby is different in so many aspects and so many lights. And it just takes that one trinket of specifically adjusting to your child's needs to accommodate them. And you can't go into this journey weak-minded and scared. Just do what you feel is right. Trust your instincts and have confidence, because all in all, you know what's best for your baby. Now, to piggyback off of that, for my mamas who have that significant other, you most likely are going to be more interested in looking at the videos and being obsessed with mamas telling their stories, in giving good pieces of information way more than he is, okay? Men don't necessarily find entertainment in that stuff. And I mean, you know, there's some men out there who do. I'm not claiming all, but most of the time you're gonna be by yourself looking at these videos wondering, why isn't he sitting here with me with a bag of popcorn watching these interesting, to say the least, informational videos. And this isn't towards everybody. Again, I know with my experience, I was kind of feeling some type of way, because I know how much it meant to me to have other moms and parents giving me advice. And I'm just, you know, sitting here wondering why my, you know, daughter's father didn't want to partake in watching the videos. And it wasn't because it didn't mean anything to him. It wasn't because he didn't care. It's just that men just have this alpha personality that, you know, they don't need those videos. They can do it by looking at you and learning off of you. So don't take it personal, ladies. Be prepared to have patience and teach as you go. And who knows, that might allow you both to just build off of that alone. With this stressful period of time, which doesn't last, you need each other, and don't forget that. And my last piece of advice is going to be that bathroom time, and if you're a working parent, then work time is going to be your quality time for the next couple of months. Could be few months. In my situation, it was 6 months, or this is basically our blissful period where she's 6 months and finally getting into the gist of things. Be prepared for 10 minutes of bliss in the bathroom. Okay, take advantage of those little walks to the grocery store, drive to the grocery store, what have you, and just know that the hard times do not last. What helped for me was waking up in the morning with gratitude for just another day, and for the well-being of my daughter, and just having a positive attitude towards the worst case scenarios, and making sure that you know that you're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This isn't going to break you if you don't let it. You just have to have that positive mindset and know that it's going to be okay. And I know for me, prayer was the best thing. You just pray for sanity, pray for bliss, and just keep in mind that it's just as new for your baby as it is for you. Thank you guys for sticking with me through the whole video. Again, this is my first video, but I do plan on doing tons more. So if you want to see anything in particular, just let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know in the comments if you guys want me to drop my story on how it was to be in the NICU with my first baby. I am more than willing to share my experience. And so with that being said, like this video, subscribe, comment down below, and stay tuned for my next video.